Hey there YouTube, this is SGM4306
And Tenacious Bray.
and today, as you can see, we have the glorious old Nintendo. However, this isn't just going to be the regular old teardowns, it will be what I would like to coin as a repair down.
Yes, SJM is getting very clever in his ruses because he is extremely jealous of the new technology that I have, like this. He's just so jelly.
So basically, would you like to show them the condition of said system? I'm going to tilt the camera up.
Yes.
You can see I have a LCD monitor plugged in using an adapter to the composite output, and if you'd like to show them what it does.
Absolutely nothing. It flashes white, and on a normal TV screen it would be white and black. Flashes the red reset light, but does absolutely nothing when reset is pressed.
Yep, which is a common problem because as these cartridge systems, old cartridge systems, age, the contacts get all grimy and they bend out of shape. So not all the pins are connected. I believe what the NES has 72 pins or something.
Yes.
And all of them need to connect, unfortunately, in order for you to play your game. So,
oh yeah, it's so much fun.
Yep. And so we're gonna try to see if we can maybe fix this, hopefully, without too much effort. So let's get this down and T-Dog, can I call you that?
yeah, why not? I'll be from Walking Dead.
Why not? So you brought over this this hammer slash screwdriver.
It'll help us in our efforts.
Yep.
So there's another screwdriver in there.
This one.
In fact,
more.
there's like 4.
So
if you need a longer one, there's one in the hammer.
Awesome.
In fact, this hammer is all we need.
And so you want to unplug everything. Remove the game as well.
Yeah, Super Mario and Duck Hunt, man. It's the bomb.
Oh, vintage.
So good.
Okay, so let's move everything out of the way. And yes, you will need a screwdriver, which is longer than the multi-bit set that I have, which is unfortunate, but so let's get into this. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, no less than 6. Oh yeah, and 2 for the controller port.
Yes, and I'd like to thank Nintendo for not hiding any under the fucking foot pads right there, you know. Nintendo innovating it, doing it right, making sure that we can actually do this.
Earn it.
Thank you, Nintendo.
Do you mind holding the camera? Because I don't think this is
just to shut it up like I did last time.
Sorry about that subpar camera work here.
Yes, SJM is not very good at anything technical, so...
You were tilting up the camera, and it has a touch screen, so what do you think was going to happen?
Well,
You're going to buff the stop button.
I thought that I was going to, you know... I thought I was going to, like, get an award. I thought, like, I was going to meet the president.
Okay. Let's get going on this before it gets dark.
Man, you know what? We got lights on the side.
Anyway,
it's all incandescent.
Anyway, we've opened up all the screws. That's where it cut off from.
Yes, but what's it? Like we were saying before, on the bottom here, there are 3 things that I'll mention shortly now that we mentioned before the video cut out, or after the video cut out. This is an RF switch for emergency signals, mono into your NES in case the Russians attack. Channel 3 and 4, you can just switch between whatever channel you're on when you're running this. This is the DC adapter. We're running it off a Super Nintendo AC to DC converter with a different barrel plug at the end. And that's basically it for the back. The sides, just 2 mono cables, mono video, and mono sound.
Yep. And the interesting thing to note was you see this little port right here it's partially open. There's actually, once I open it up, you'll be able to see there's like a port on there actually underneath there, which Nintendo never released any accessories for, and it might have been something like a development debugging port or something like that, or maybe they were going to release accessories since they had conveniently placed wire routers and the actual part there, so maybe they were going to release some accessories for that, but as of yet, I've only I believe only like modders have taken advantage of that and used it for their own purposes. So let's get this guy open. Unlike most of everything else I open, just take out the screws, lifts right off.
Thank you, Nintendo.
Yep.
You're doing it right.
Oh yeah, and you want to tell them the history of why this looks like a VCR?
Yes, the reason why it looks like a VCR is because, as a lot of people know, this came out along with the Famicom, family computer in Japan. But the reason why it looks like a VCR is because that's exactly what they wanted it to look like. They didn't want people to be intimidated by the fact that, oh, well, it's some kind of computer system. They wanted it to look like some family fun thing, and they wanted the parents to kind of be a little bit recognized with what it is, so they made it look like a VCR, and a lot of people at the time did have VCR, so when they said, instead of calling it a family computer, they called it the Nintendo Entertainment System, so it sounded more like a toy rather than some sophisticated piece of technology, and they made it look like such, too.
Yep, and they definitely wanted to distance themselves from the gaming market, especially after the crash in the 80s. And so the best way to do that is make it look like, you know, a blender or a toaster or, you know, something that's custodial rather than a gaming system.
Yes.
So, okay, basically I just removed, let's see, 6 screws, front and sides, and 2 more in the back here.
I think there's 2 more on this end, too.
I got them all.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm on it.
You know what, man? You're not my dad. Anyway.
Of course I'm not.
A lot of people don't know, though, that Nintendo's actually been in business for almost 125 years, probably longer than that. They used to make playing cards.
Yep. And now the shielding plate will lift right off.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Look at that shielding.
Yep. The only purpose of this is, well, as its name implies, to shield the electronics from
Dragons.
Yes, I was going to say external dragons.
That's
but,
right.
You cut me off there.
What else do you use shields for?
So,
Have you ever played a video game?
cool part is, you have an NES game?
Yeah, I got a few.
Just anyone.
Yeah, take Mario Bros.
Here we go. So basically, as you can see, it goes in the front here. And if I tilt this guy up a little bit, and as this guy falls off,
yeah, so CKS.
you can see that the cart connector, the 72-pin cart connector is in the back there. This just slides right into it, and when you press down, it just clicks down exactly, you know, like everyone remembers doing as a kid over and over again, as you had to take it out and blow on it a million times.
That's right. Blowing on it's the only way you can get it to work.
Except for blowing on, it's a horrible way to work.
No.
Breaks it.
Hush your mouth. Hush.
Okay, so next what we're going to do is, there are 2 screws, are you done?
No, I gotta get it to work.
Okay, so there are 2 screws here, and one in the back holding down the RFU, the radio frequency unit. And so let's just put this, click that in.
Yes, I'd like to mention that we have taken this apart once before just to look at it, but this was about a few months ago.
Yep, and I've taken apart one 6, 7, 8 years ago, so no, I don't remember much other than it was cool.
Yeah, so you'll notice some screws aren't in here, and that's because...
You got some screws loose?
Yeah,
What a surprise.
for anybody who's a fan of big caps, there's a pretty sizable cap in here. Not the biggest ever, but...
Guy is a 25-volt, 2200 Nichicon. They weren't fucking around. Pardon the language. Nichicon is one of the industry leaders alongside Panasonic for best quality caps that you can buy.
Were they back then, too?
Yeah, I believe so. They've pretty much always been.
Well, I'm sure they wanted it to work because this was their, like, launch console, man. I'm sure they wanted everything to go smoothly. I think there's one in here.
Yeah, there's one right there. Missed a screw. Don't forget the screw next to the vertical heatsink right here.
Yes.
And actually attach that heatsink. Once I get it out, you'll be able to see that's the voltage regulator. Because all the circuitry in here, it's all MOS technology, so it requires 5 volts. And to get that voltage, it uses this little regulator on this heatsink in there. It's just a standard 3-pin tip package. But other than that, it uses that to get that 5 volts off of your DC adapter. So technically, you can input anything from like 8 volts to about 15 to the system, and it'll run happily without releasing its magic smoke. So let's
That sounds like a terrible name for a porno.
Thanks for that. So let's remove all these cables. The two.
Yeah, we were talking last time about the nice little Super Nintendo portable ribbon cables. These ones are also great.
Yep.
Nintendo.
So two of them are for the controller jacks, and those just come out quite easily. And the one thicker blue one is for the front reset and power buttons.
Yes, they color-coded everything very nicely, actually. So the blue goes to the little blue pieces here. Actually, can they see that?
Yeah.
On the inside, for the power and reset, that's the blue that goes to this blue button. And then they have these green connectors here, go to the green ones here. I love...
Yep, these little guys. And the cool thing about this is if something happens to your controller port, it makes it easily replaceable there.
Oh, yeah.
And the neat thing about the power switch is the power is a latching type, so it actually clicks on, clicks off. The reset is a momentary type. And here's the red LED and the light pipe that actually glows red on the front. I've seen people mod them to glow any number of colors. So that's
RGB LED.
Yep, that's pretty much the easiest hack that you could do. So I mean, if you have an NES and you want to spice it up a little bit, that's a good place to start.
Oh yeah.
Yep, just 2 wires solder in your new LED, put it in the light pipe, good to go. So let's put this aside and drop the main unit on there. And look at all that heat sinking here. Probably dissipates almost as much power as a modern console, PS3, Xbox 360. Except for the red ring of death in this case is the cartridge connector there.
Yeah, well, we're just going to have to take it apart because that's what this whole thing's about.
Okay,
first we're going to have to take off more dragon shielding.
Yep, all this shielding for good measure because of RF susceptibility. This should actually just lift off. It's only held in place by the expansion port that I mentioned before.
Yes.
The bottom is right in there. There's just some little fingers that friction hold it in there, and yay, more shielding.
If not, you can make a sweet set of steel drums.
Anywho, so as you can see here, we've got an NTSC version, of course.
Yes.
Because we live in America. I don't know about the rest of my viewers. I think I have viewers from pretty much like every country.
And
awesome.
I love that they put that right there. Copyright 1986 Nintendo.
Yep.
Oh,
You'll see that on everything. They still print out the dates on all their cartridges and stuff. Yeah.
I don't really.
They always do that.
Take apart any Nintendo systems.
And they're always very good at leaving plenty of test points. They label things very nicely. You'll notice a trim cap right in there, alongside a system clock right in there as well. You'll notice I don't have these memorized which chips do what exactly. I think these are like I/O expanders or something to the cart connector because of their proximity to it. One of these is the main processor, and one of them is the I don't know if it has a sound synthesis externally as well as a video synthesis, because the main core just crunches the numbers. It doesn't do it doesn't directly control the screen or the sound directly. And there's also a lockout chip on here, which was their attempt to make sure that people didn't buy games from other regions and play them, despite it being perfectly compatible.
I thought that was for the Super NES.
Nope, this has it as well.
Does it?
Yep.
Or no, wait, the Super NES had one for games that weren't licensed by Nintendo. They had that lockout one.
And so you'll notice a very oddly placed this cap. It looks like a bodge cap. It's right on the back of that voltage regulator there. It's just decoupling the input.
Yeah, he's the lonely little cap.
I guess they figured after they first tested, they figured it wasn't stable enough, so they added that cap in there to stabilize the input.
Well, you know, I'd rather see that than burnt out NESs.
Well, it wouldn't burn it out. It would just reset continuously, like oscillate. So let's pull this guy off. Oh, interesting thing to note. You know that click up, click down noise that you hear when you insert the game? It's actually this little guy's doing. There's like a little ratcheting arm in there.
It's just like how your clicky pens work, just on a bigger scale.
So let's pull this guy out.
And also your pen can't play NES games.
Not yet. So let's lift this guy out. So there's basically a little lip on the plastic part right in here. You want to push that slightly up, and then we are going to need to pull it forward. And then the tray itself assembly will pop right out there.
Yes. the actual pins don't really even move, contrary to popular belief.
They don't move, but the cartridge kind of swivels about them on an angle, which makes the pressure for contact. And you'll notice, oh, glorious, all these pins. Oh my goodness. Yep. And basically, the job of this unit is just to generate the. There's a video amplifier for the composite, and to generate the radio frequency output to your TV, and that's all it does.
Mm-hmm.
It only requires a few pins and grounding, and that's pretty much it. If you want to portabilize the system, you can get it pretty small if you just remove this and wire in your own video amplifier chip. Let's see, I'm pretty sure this guy is the main system clock.
Now, do they have a battery in here for...
When I say system clock, I mean that's the processor. It's the core that it's running off of it, not as in time.
Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking of fucking games. They have the stupid batteries in there for both.
No, the NES did not tell time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Would have been cool though. It would have made it more of a VCR-like thing.
I haven't played it in so long that I forget these things.
And you'll notice these guys are the controller input ports. You'll notice a lot of decoupling caps and I'm guessing buffers, so that if you plug something else other than an official Nintendo controller in, it won't mess up or anything, or if you shock the port, it's fine, it's protected. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Just plenty of passives. Like, you definitely do not see anything close to this in even semi-modern consoles. Discrete chips, each chip has like one function basically.
Yeah.
You just don't see that anymore. Anyway, let's get down with the repair down. One interesting thing to know is the guys who laid out this board, this is very common, from the 80s and 90s. Basically, they just stack the chips all horizontally, and all the traces on one side will be going, like, say, in this case, it goes from left to right, or horizontally, rather. And then on the other side, they go vertically. That's just a way that they wire it, because you have to connect each point to each point, and they can't crisscross.
Yeah.
So one plane they set for horizontal, and the other they set for vertical, so that they can get all the traces everywhere that they need to be. And once in a while, they'll need vias to pop through to the other side. And that's generally how circuit board layout goes. But look at this massive ground plane that goes all around there.
It's pretty significant.
Yep. And so, let's just...
now, the pin connector should slide right off.
It requires some negotiation. We've taken this apart before, so we negotiated.
Yes, it's not connected on with really anything. It's just these pins connect to those pins with force, a little bit of friction.
And so if you wanted to make a portable NES, and you wanted to replace the socket, you could actually just solder to these. If you did it in the right order, it would work. So,
yes.
Ta-da! And so, putting that aside, this is a culprit for all our problems.
That's right. This piece of shit.
So let's see how the heck we're gonna...
We've already bent the top ones out a while ago. I believe we need to bend out, or no, we probably do want to make those all the same size too, because some of them are a little bit different.
So just carefully get in there.
We do have those.
Yeah. Bent paperclip.
Oh yeah.
If it
you can
fits.
tell we're at the peak of our technological savvy here. And full of glorious words to tell you while we do this.
Yes,
And by we, I mean SJM, because there's no way in hell that I'm going to do this shit again, because it's so annoying. Yeah, for anyone, we should have told you this before you started opening your system, if you've been following along with your NES. It's annoying once you actually get right down to it. It's such a piece of shit to try and do this.
Yeah, you're better off, honestly, I think you can get them for $10 online, just replacing the entire cart connector.
I hate everything.
It's not that bad. I love vintage games.
Well,
it makes it worth it.
It's definitely worth it, but the thing is, you have an easier time because you have your little Asian hands. I've got my big, meaty
I know, everyone
American
always
hamburger
made fun of
hands.
my hands for being so small, and yet I can do like surgery and stuff like that. My hands are so tiny, and so
So when my kidneys fail, you
distracting.
do some surgery on me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like operation, right?
Yeah, just don't hit the sides and I won't, like, buzz.
Awesome.
Tell you what, I had a really good lunch today though. If you're in there, like, if you see that lunch while you're in there, like, grab it back out because it was really good and I want to eat it again. So yeah, people. What else can we tell them while we're doing this glorious job? And by we, once again, I mean you.
Oh, just anything that comes to mind. Your favorite NES games. While I
Oh man, my favorite NES game actually.
put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, it actually is the Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt cart that we have,
Yeah.
and it's just like really we didn't have too many NES games when I was growing up.
I wish you can show it to me.
And we actually did find this when a game store was, they weren't going out of business, but they were finally getting rid of all their NES games. They were still selling SNES. And I believe this was around the time that one of the PlayStations was out. But basically, we found this, and we're just like, oh, hell yeah. And the only problem was that we didn't have the Duck Hunt controller, though. Now, we have the Duck Hunt controller, but, you know, we have it now that the NES is broken. So, you can see how our plan... once we get this working, the first thing I'm going to do when I bring it back to my place is just play Duck Hunt all day. Because I have... And for anyone who wants to play Duck Hunt, and you don't know why it's not working on your new TV, it's because you need to have a tube TV. It has to have a rounded face. I believe those are called CRT?
CRTs, yep.
CRT
Cathode ray
TVs.
tubes. It doesn't work because of the way that it works. It actually flashes every, I forget, like 1/10 of the time, or maybe once every frame out of 60. It'll flash a white circle where the duck is on a black screen, and the gun itself has a light sensor.
Well, that's every time you fire. It'll turn the screen black for a split second.
Yep.
Not enough that your eyes can notice. I believe, what do human eyes work at? They work at like...
you really wouldn't notice anything faster than like 60 hertz. Most people wouldn't. Some people claim
I'm talking about frames per second.
Yeah, but like that's how fast it would be going, like at least probably, I don't know, 30 or 60 hertz.
Yes, but it's not something...
You know how to cheat at Duck Hunt?
Put it right up next to the TV.
No, you point it at an incandescent bulb or any kind of light source, because then it'll just see white and
it'll just see white and it'll assume that you shot the duck.
I'm gonna take this guy. You can show him your other games.
Yes, I only brought 3 with me. We've got more. We have NES Golf for some reason. I think that came with the NES. But we have Tetris, which later on we might be doing something with this because the battery on this ran out. And when the battery runs out, it means you can't store memory anymore. And I need the memory so that I can show SJM that I have the highest score that he'll never beat.
Actually, if the battery already ran out, then your memory's gone. Because it's battery-backed SRAM. Yep. That means once the battery dies, it loses the memory.
No, I know it loses the memory. But I'm saying once we put a new one in here...
Oh, you're going to replay it to
get replay it to get that...
I thought you said you were going to show me the old high score.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to show you the old high score. I'm going to make a new high score that you'll never beat, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, well...
yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what, man?
And we also have Super Mario Bros. 3. And this game we have had, as far as I can remember. Since I was little, we had this one, and I keep trying to fall over. And this is a more common one than people who have Super Mario Bros. 2. A lot of people don't know is that Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually it's a redone version of a Japanese game for the Famicom that they carded with Super Mario Bros. Characters. And that's why it was so vastly different from all the other ones. That's why you could like pick up people and go into like strange doors and whatnot and play games with Toad. Super Mario Bros. 3 was a little bit different because they were going back to what they had originally, but you know, with more shenanigans this time. And that's what we basically got. Also, no longer have the original controller because my older brother is.
It's funny, I have I have two original controls. I don't even have an NES.
Yeah, you know, SJM, how about I come over there and kick your ass? Sweet man.
You're welcome to try.
You know what? I will. Where's my screwdriver? But we have these. These are the NES Max Turbo controllers. And what does this one say on the back? 1988. So this is, I believe,
when I was born.
That's when SJM was born, in case you wanted to know his age. Now you do. And if you want to try to guess his birthday in the comments, go ahead.
It's the same as your birthday, just to give him another hint.
Wow, hey, way to go. Way to put me on the spot, man. But
yeah, man, way to put me on the spot.
Whatever, man, you're not my dad.
I know, I never said I was.
Speaking of dads, the reason why we have this is actually because my dad got them when he bought the NES oh so long ago. My dad used to be a mechanic. He used to own his own auto body repair shop. And he actually did like a lot of technology and stuff though, so he ended up buying the NES and the Super NES when he was before I was born. He bought these shenanigans. Just so you guys know, I am younger than SJM. He likes to keep the young ones around.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, maybe if you stop dressing me in all leather, I mean, you know, yeah. Speaking of putting people on the spot, man. But it was, you know, it was nice actually growing up with these and not like buying them after without having grown up with them. So that is pretty cool. I just wish I had the original controllers back, which you can buy for how much, SJ?
I can get them at thrift stores for like maybe a couple bucks, like $2-3.
Yeah, they're not hard to fix if they're broken even, so.
We'll try this out. I can't quite get to the top contacts.
Ooh, that squishy sound. Just so you guys know, that should. Do you want to put the clicky shenanigans back in?
No,
so
it's fine.
All right, everybody. So basically, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to run this.
I don't just need plugged in and.
Yes, the plug fell on the
hitting
floor.
the. No, that's fine. We don't need a controller just to test. If you want to hit the monitor.
Yeah. Here, let me get some this in here. Mind holding that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just need video and power. No, as in power. There's no power plug.
Yeah, it fell on the floor on your side.
Darn it.
I'm gonna pop some tags.
Okay, that's.
Maybe think of the thrift store song. $20 in my pocket.
If that's copyrighted, they move the whole money.
Oh boy. I don't think they can do it for. Oh well then. We still have flashing screen shenanigans.
Yeah.
This Repairdown already isn't going so good.
Well, I mean, it's a 20-some-year-old console, and I can't get at the top pins without removing all the bottom ones, which would probably destroy the connector.
Yeah.
So honestly, unless if it's just like one pin that's bent and it just so happens to be a bottom one, then it's not going to really do much good trying to bend down unless if like you're Houdini.
Yeah.
Or yeah, we should.
Wait, do you think? Are you sure that we don't have to have these?
Yeah.
There's no security type jazz.
Yeah, no. These are just shift registers. The only problem is to fix this, we'd probably need to invest in a new card slot.
Let's try a little bit more here. Turn on the video for now.
Yeah, we'll be right back. We're already at 25 minutes. And we're back, and I just researched how to get access to the top contacts, and it requires let's see,
a little bit of effort, a lot on this James.
A lot of effort. A little screwdriver I used and a pocket knife, and I put a dot on every pin that I've already done. Just the last two I wanted to show you guys.
We'll show you exactly how to do it, so that in case you guys at home are trying to fix your NES consoles.
Yep. And so you get the screwdriver. You see these little silver tabs in here. You get it in there, and you want to press it outward slightly so that you see that pin popped out a little bit.
That's what you want.
Yep. And then you take your pocket knife, and then you very carefully pull it out a little bit more so that you can get your finger in there, and carefully pull it out without bending too much. Now, I did this like a million times, so I'm a pro at it now.
Yes, out of a 72-pin connector, it's quite a bit.
Well, 72 both sides, so I did only half of it.
It's really only 36.
Yep, but still.
You've done 34 now, so we left the last two to show you guys, but it's from what I hear, it's not fun because I didn't do any of the work for this.
So you'll notice there are basically two bends, one here, one here. You want to take your little screwdriver or pocket knife and then bend it just a little bit more. Don't go too crazy with it because it might not fit back in. And then reinsert it and then press it back in place with a flat, preferably non-sharp object.
And make sure that you don't do it too much or else it will fit in weird. And if you have to force it in, that's don't.
Yeah,
don't
stop pushing if it offers too much resistance.
Or else you're going to break your pin connector, which online you can buy them for about $10 if you really wanted to. But we're trying not to spend money.
Yep. So once again, and we want to get this working by tonight.
Yes, I'd like to play some Tetris.
Glorious Friday
Tetris
night.
Yeah,
so,
it's actually really nice out today. It's such a nice day out that we need to stay inside and play games.
Last time, push outwards on that little tab there. Get your pocket knife in there. Pull it out a little bit. Use your fingers to get it out a little more. And then bend slightly. Bend slightly. Put it back in. And use a blunt object to force it back in there. And just for for the sake of my mental health, I'll mark it because it would look weird if that were the only one not marked.
And then I'll put a little X on one of them so that you have to put X's on all of them.
Okay, so now we shall run an actual test again.
Yes.
Damn that.
Here, I'll hook that up. Well,
here,
you grab
just
that.
Carefully.
Yes. Alright. Very good. And so that crunchy, delicious sound that you get from the board when you snap on the 72-pin connector.
Metal on metal.
You gave it to me
you did
placed in upside down. You gave it to me like that.
Damn it.
Damn
I thought you knew.
No, you gave it to me. I already like half pushed in like that. Yeah,
Here, I guess it's true. If you want to do something, you gotta do it yourself. Do it right.
I see how it is. SJM doesn't like my method of doing things.
Yeah, because it's wrong.
It's the right way every time, all the time.
Okay, can this cord stop falling?
No. Where's your tape? Just tape it to the table.
I don't have my tape.
Damn it.
Okay, anyway.
I had some tape.
So now we got this going.
Alright, so there's a card right next to you. So, wait, blow on it. Damn it, SJM, it's the only way it's going to work. It's the only way. So beautiful.
Yeah, if you can't see why we're sighing.
Wait, we should get the reset button. It's almost working.
Yeah, almost is like not. Lovely. Well
then. As you can see, we are masters of technology, and we've got our shit
This
down.
is less technology, more mechanical.
Well,
Most of the problems I fix are electrical. That's why. Well then, that was certainly interesting.
Here, turn off the video. Let's just see if it's a minor problem. Oh.
Let's see.
Here.
No, you don't have time to plug it. You just leave it there.
I know.
Okay, I guess we'll be back again.
We don't want to
Or not. Yeah, messing around with it some more, we found something kind of cool here.
We're trying some other game. Oh, it looks so good. SJM.
Oh god.
Wagirls 1W1. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get that power up.
Oh yeah.
The shit is that?
Oh, and he's got a beard. Oh. Yeah.
The shit.
Oh, it's so good.
This is how old games glitched out.
It's so good. Oh.
Fire flower.
Still shoot fire.
Yeah, at least that. Wow, it sucks to suck.
Yeah.
We'll be back again. Hey, after removing like every pin again and rebending it, we got it to work only when I hold it at a certain angle.
Yes, you can tell that we are very good at what we do. There is sound even though it doesn't, become readily apparent. Super Mario Bros. 3 works. We're going to test the other games after, but for right now we did get this one working.
It only works when I hold it at this one angle, so which means I'm going to have to adjust.
Yes, so we basically need to adjust the top pins, I think it is. You can see I still get killed real easy.
And we'll be right back. Yep, we've come full 360 basically. Want to show you guys it all screwed in with the exception of the top cover, the shielding and the cover.
We would like to mention though that we didn't have to take the pins apart again, but actually we just had to put some games in there to bend one or two pins the right way along with the others, and now they work. And now we have Tetris.
And as you can see, I'm not holding it with my magic fingers.
From Russia with fun.
Yep.
It's actually what it says on the game.
Yes.
Sure.
Because it is Russian and it is fun.
Yes. Unfortunately, we're having some minor difficulties.
What? It won't?
Oh yeah, just hit reset. Yeah, I think that's it. Either that or we gotta do the magical cartridge blow.
That doesn't really help.
It does though. It totally does. I'm not sure if we need to wait here or if it's just that.
Because it wasn't...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still a little finicky.
Yeah.
But at least it works every once in a while.
Yes, much better than not working at all. Of course, when we start taking the video, that's when it stops working. That's just, I'll tell you what. Bobby. Alright.
Okay, come on.
Oh, hey, you know what would actually help if the controller
was
plugged?
We're geniuses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can fix it, but we can't plug in a controller. And there you go.
Yeah. You noticed it was a little glitchy before. That's just because we moved a little bit while we were doing stuff. It's not all together either yet, but it is working. Play me some Duck Hunt later.
Yeah. I mean, it's still probably, once we start removing the cartridge and re-putting it back in, it might get a little better.
Oh, yeah.
But as you can see, it basically works. There's some glitchiness of it, but other than that, playable. And it works, so,
Hey, let's try Super Mario.
Yeah, okay. Duck Hunt on an LCD, as we said, does not work.
Yes. Well, it's not that Duck Hunt doesn't work, it just wouldn't work on this TV.
Yeah.
Not that this is a TV.
Or not.
Gotta blow on it. It's the only way.
Or just reinsert it.
I should play Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Whatever,
We
man.
don't even have a control gun.
I have a turbo controller, thank you.
What? Sucks to suck. Yep, and now the mushroom is actually a mushroom, not a flag.
Yes. It's so good. It's like being 8 years old all over again.
Yep. Saw that coming. You do that every single fucking time.
That's right.
And that was a rather quick ending to a quick video. So we're gonna get the rest of this back together while we play a video game. Thank God I caught that on film.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted.
That was epic.
Hold on, it's the best part.
Ready? It's a really oh you almost missed it. So anyway, basically.
Don't we all love that?
Yep. And we shall end on that note. We'll get the rest of the unit together, but basically it's functional. It just requires some cleaning of the cartridges. We already did 2 of them, but the Super Mario Bros. 3 we need to actually open up and clean. But as we've shown here, it's entirely possible to fix this by yourself.
Normally just with pin connectors.
Yep.
Shenanigans.
You're basically just going to need a pair of pliers, tweezers, paper clip,
Time.
Little screwdriver
Time.
to poke at all those little pins, and just an afternoon that it's too nice to go outside, you know, and you just want to stay inside and mess around with electronics.
It was sunny all day. It was like 80 degrees. We were inside doing this for a few hours.
Yeah. But I learned a lot.
Yes, what
like,
not to do.
Yeah, how Nintendo sucked at developing cart slots until, their top loader
Yes.
designs.
However, everything else they did was good. They didn't hide any screws. They had like easy to find mono ports. They had, good connections besides the pin connector. All the controllers still work.
That's the biggest one.
Don't worry about small details like the 72 pin connector that actually runs your games. Everything else was good. Take note, Sony.
So basically, this is where we're at now. I would call this a successful first repair down.
Yes.
More or less. Yeah. And trademarked, obviously.
Trademark, that's right.
Trademark.
TM.
But so we hope to. I got plenty of broken stuff, so I'm sure we could do repair downs regularly, interspersed with our regular tear downs. So I hope you guys like this. Might be a little bit longer than normal, but that's just because this guy took so long to get working. But anyway, if you guys like the video, like, subscribe, comment down in the section below. I know everyone does that.
Yeah.
And yep. So. Yeah, we will see you guys next week.
We're gonna go play some Duck Hunt.
Peace.
Motherfucking breadcrumbs.
Oh yeah, that's how we roll.
What?